Okay, there we go. Maybe that'll stay. Tighten that. Okay, here is a total experiment of Derwent. If you didn't see the very, very beginning, Derwent ink sticks on a very slick surface. And all I've used so far is orange and a dark blue. This is going to be a palette knife. And I am using this as my inspiration. So I'm leaving out the left tree. I love the fluffy clouds in the background, but I didn't want a pure white.
I love it.
So,
Did you use Vivid when you took that?
I have no idea.
Where were you?
I believe that one's Hilton Head.
It's lovely.
Woo. Don't tilt on me. Let me zoom back a little bit. Okay. All right. So when I work with palette knife, this is one of my really old ones that I like. I don't even know what brand it is. And I like when I work with palette knife, I want a hard surface. It works better to me than the flexible canvas. What were we talking about just a minute ago?
Knives. And
There were 3 things that I was talking about. And I said, oh, let me start videoing. And
the texture of the surface, and then you talked about the alcohol.
I don't even remember.
Do you, Hillary?
no, I'm sorry.
Oh, well. I don't have any...
But now you're going to oils.
Right.
You just use those other things as the under.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just wanted something underneath to cover the white. And I've used these before underpainting pastels. And I know that the alcohol sets the pastel.
Ah,
But I don't know if coming back with oil that has mineral spirits,
certainly.
if that'll just lift that off. I have no idea.
So you're just doing this to see what
Yeah.
happens. Okay.
Well, see, because when I started this class, I really wanted it to be, okay, y'all can watch what I'm working on, and you know, you can see what I'm working on, the paintings that I
Sure.
chose to do, and then you can go, do your
Do
own thing, and using the same technique. So because I'm going to be going to that event in March, the Forgotten Coast, and we're going to be painting outside, and we're going to be doing coastal scenes, I thought, okay, I need to forget the mountains for a little while, even though I'm going there next week. And I need to practice getting a feel for the coastal scene, the clouds, the foliage, the whatever. And trying to figure out what medium I want to really focus on. I know I'm going to take a pastel class, but I'm also going to take my oils, and of course I'll have my journal stuff for when I'm doing nothing else. But I do like the fact that palette knives are quick, and right now this is a really dry paint because I didn't freeze it after the last class, and I just pulled some off the palette to save. So it's just kind of like
It's gluey.
it's not very.
What brand of palette knife do you recommend?
I'll have to look it up. I'm not sure
Okay.
which one this one is. This is one of my oldest ones. I think I had this one in college.
Really?
The thing that I noticed from doing acrylic palette knives and then oil palette knives, acrylics, it's easier to get a lot of paint on there and smush it around. But it's unforgiving if you need to go back over it and it's already started drying. It's very unforgiving. Whereas oil, it's hard to get that paint to bulk up without just putting. I don't know. It seems like you're putting a ton on there to get it to bulk up.
And that there's things you can do about that.
Okay. Is there like a medium that you can mix with it?
Right, and I haven't pulled it out. So
Okay.
what I'm doing right now is the thinnest you know, I could have just, I probably should have mixed up a ton of paint and just had it waiting, you know, the colors that I want, because I don't want to over blend. I want to be able to see some texture, and right now I'm kind of just forcing it, so I'm not sure if I like it at this point, but there is an Impasto Liquin, not Liquitex, that gives you that thicker feel, and I'll definitely pull that out. But in traditional oil, you want thick over thin, and I don't mind this being this thin right now because I'm going to be putting some thick over it. But what I'm doing right now with my palette is realizing that I'm kind of fighting my palette, and that's what I tell y'all not to do
Because you don't have much paint
because
on
I
the
don't have
palette.
much paint.
Well, why don't you
So-
squirt out fresh?
Well, because I'll get it out in a minute.
That looks really pretty.
But I'm just gonna use, you know, it's an experiment, and I'm kind of just wanting to use what I had from last week to fill that up.
So your purple is really the pink in the photo, correct? The purple is the placement for the pink, or the underpainting for the pink.
And
Yeah,
those are
I would
those
just
ink
squint my eyes and seeing dark.
Yeah.
And if you can tell, I didn't even get there's a big chunk of purple here, or a big chunk of plant life here, and I didn't really want that much right there, because I don't know that see how that kind of curves like a big hump.
leads your eye away.
Well, and it's right smack in the middle.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna kind of play with the.
you could rearrange it.
Oh yeah, I can. See, I've already
Artistic
rearranged and got
license.
rid of a. Oops, see, that's too dark.
Ooh, but I love your sky.
So
This might be the lady from
Wild Acres.
from
Could be.
Redux.
We've just had, like, today has just been,
Yes.
has a ride.
We've never really
Just
had.
has a ride.
We really had days like this. We usually
no
are
other
all
word
here.
for
We
it.
sit down. We're calm. I'm going to get a call from the hospital telling me what time my surgery is tomorrow, so I can't.
Well, and I left early.
Yes, and then you
And
got
they
caught in the traffic.
Never fails for me.
So, when does it open for sign up? Is it?
She's
7
all
p.m.
pumped for
on
that
Thursday
Wild
night?
Acres.
She is so fun.
I didn't think she'd ever go back, to be honest with you.
Oh, she went with you all before.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but she couldn't stay the whole week, so she was
Ah.
kind of frustrated because she had to come back for surgery or something,
Open up.
to do surgery
Yeah.
or work or something.
Well, you know, when you're a doctor,
Yeah,
Oh, Thursday night at.
she couldn't get her groove on, you know,
Just
because she
after.
just was getting into it. And then-
Right.
And is there any way to view the schedule ahead of time? Or not really? It'll all just go there.
So tomorrow's the big day for you.
Yeah. Yeah. But today's been pretty good in that, like, former principal of Westside, Pat Coxey, was
Thursday, but
a
it's
friend.
midnight on Thursday.
And we were in a supper club and stuff together, so a couple of the other women were able to come today when she was down in town. And then come in here, so it keeps down the affect, you know, because otherwise I start thinking.
Get antsy.
Yeah, you get
You don't wanna
scared,
get
and I
antsy.
know, yeah.
A member of.
I actually
I think
cleaned
you-
before I left the house. I'm like, Randy goes, you're cleaning. I'm like,
it's
But-
it's like nesting before
It
you're
is.
pregnant. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
before
I
you're
need it,
pregnant.
yeah.
I mean, before
Yeah,
you
yeah,
deliver.
If you're going
Yeah.
in the hospital to get a new knee,
yeah.
that before you went into the hospital to get a new baby.
No. After this, I'm hoping I'm done. I've had enough
Good.
surgeries.
It's Dr.
I retired and did surgeries, but then my friend who's a doctor said that's what she did. She had her neck done because she couldn't operate anymore because she couldn't lift her arms.
Yeah.
And, And then she had a couple other things. And she,
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop to
And
add. I'm fighting my
And
palate.
that will be,
Yes.
So we'll take a quick break,
click right on
and
that.
I'll reload, and we'll see what happens.
Oh,
okay.
And